Hello guys, Mr. Max here from for TSM Training, and today I wanted to talk about the difference between the what people see as a strength sport, so powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, bodybuilding, and strongman. Uh, Oftentimes when you tell people that you do strength training, or when they see you do a lot of weightlifting, they can be unsure about which of those sports you're doing and what are the difference. And I assume many of you will know the difference, but since this is a new channel, I want to cover my bases. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of those four sports and what make them different. So I'll start with Olympic weightlifting. This is one that people are oftentimes very familiar with because, like the name implies, it is in the Olympic. Olympic weightlifting focus on two disciplines. One is the snatch and one is the clean and jerk. Both disciplines require the lifter to take a bar that is on the ground and lift it over their head while standing up. And the snatch is going to be done with a wide grip. You're going to swing the bar and throw yourself under the bar and have the bar over your head. And then you stand up. Well, you squat up if you want. The clean and jerk is a two-part movement where you're gonna clean the bar, which is gonna bring it from the ground to the top of your chest. Again, you kind of throw yourself under, and then they're gonna stand with the bar like that, and then the second part of the movement is the jerk, where they're gonna do like the little jump, and then like lift the bar over their head, again using a lot of momentum. Bodybuilding is also one that is like people are very aware of because of well, it's the big guy that are look very jacked and are very lean, and it's quite impressive. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was the bodybuilder, and he was like one of the most famous person around in the 80s and 90s. So this is someone that this is a sport that people are quite aware of, and it's different from the other three sports in this that I'm talking today about, because in competition and bodybuilding, you're not actually lifting any weight. All the weightlifting is done in the gym prior to competition, and in competition, it's all about how you look. And in training for bodybuilding, oftentimes it's going to require you're going to have to do a lot of sets with a lot of reps and watch your diet a lot. Bodybuilder, it's they can oftentimes be like the harder worker in the gym. It's a lot of work. It's not a type of training that I enjoy. I find it a bit boring doing those like long set with a light weight or lighter weight. But some people like it. So if it's for you, well, that's what you have to do, I guess. And strongman, I guess, is also kind of popular or kind of well known. People oftentimes can figure out what it is. There's a big show component of a strongman, like it's a spectacle. That's why you see like in competition, people are they're not just gonna move weight on a barbell. They're gonna you're gonna carry a car or pull a plane or stuff like that. It's made to be a spectator sport. It's made to be entertaining in a way. And even though it's called like strongman, it's not only focused on strength, because oftentimes there's a big stamina component in the sport, because oftentimes it's gonna be challenge where all the lifters are gonna lift the same weight, but they're gonna be evaluated on the number of time they can lift the weight. Or all the lifters are gonna pull the same weight, but they're gonna be evaluated on how fast they pull that weight. So it's not just about strength. You still need to have a lot of endurance and to be able to move, to have some speed. Obviously, strength is a big part of it, but that's one way that it distinguishes itself from powerlifting. And powerlifting is the less known probably of those sports because it is not in the Olympic. It is not like on TV. You don't see like powerlifter like starring in movies and stuff like that. You don't see and you don't see, it's not like the big show. It's not the big spectacle that strongman is. But it's a sport that it's the sports of the four, I think, that focus more on pure strength. We try to eliminate momentum, like they use in Olympic weightlifting. It's definitely not about aesthetic, and it's not about. And we only do like one rep with the most for every discipline with the most weight possible. So there's not a stamina component either. So we really try to focus solely on strength. And powerlifting is focused on three discipline. So that you heard me mention before, it's the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. And because we try to eliminate momentum, this thing we do, like for example on the bench, the bar has to be motionless on the chest before you can press. So you cannot just bounce the bar off the chest. And on deadlift, strongmen sometimes do deadlift, but the way they do it is quite different than the way that we do it, because they can ram the bar on the leg, they can itch, they can like give it a little swing and basically like walk the bar on their leg, get into a standing position. None of that is allowed in powerlifting. You need to get the bar and bring it standing in without resting it on your leg at any moment, without sending the knee down. We say like once the bar start getting up, lift the ground, it can only go up until you get the down comment. So the bar cannot go cannot do little step. And this is to eliminate this momentum or those little like getting little rest and stuff like that, to really focus on pure strength. And the training in the powerlifting is oftentimes going to be more shorter set with more weight. We still have to do like high volume days sometime, but we're gonna do much more. We're gonna have much more day consisting of like short set with high weight than bodybuilder. And there's a thing too that in powerlifting, we try to, since the goal is to move as much weight as possible, we try to involve as much muscle in the lift as possible. And that's a difference also from in bodybuilding. In bodybuilding, they're gonna try to target specific muscle, and that's why if you look on bench, bodybuilder don't bench that much usually, but when they do, oftentimes they're gonna bench in a different way than we do. It doesn't mean that like they're gonna bench with the elbow out, with the back flat, because they try to target specifically the pectoral, while we try to involve as much muscle as we can. So we're gonna have the back arch, the shoulder blade pinned down together, we're gonna tuck the elbow in. And it's not to say that their way is wrong, it's just that they're trying to achieve a different goal. And sometimes when we start learning form and technique for lifting, we can get a bit judgy looking at other people in the gym, but if you don't know what they're trying to do exactly, well, maybe it's not appropriate to judge. So those are the I would say like a very brief overview of the main difference of those four sports that usually people associate with strength training. And well, I hope this was somewhat entertaining or interesting or helpful. And if you have questions, you can put them in the comment below. And see you next time. Take care.